Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, Birdman from 2014. It's directed by Alejandro G. Iñárritu and stars Michael Keaton and Naomi Watts. Actually, the full title of this film is Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. It's another film from Alejandro G. Iñárritu, who we talked about very briefly in an earlier review for the film Amores Perros, which I ended up not only not watching, but removing from my collection entirely. That man rubbed me the wrong way with that film, but this time around, things are different. Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance, is about Regan, a washed-up actor trying to hold on to relevance by writing, directing, and starring in a Broadway play. All the while, he's being mocked by his old superhero character of Birdman. The film's story itself is enough to hold my interest, but they throw on a whole other layer onto it by filming it in one continuous shot. Well, there are several hidden cuts in the film, but they are so well hidden that the film looks practically seamless. Although it gives me the same problem I had when watching 1917, I was so wrapped up in the gimmick, I didn't spend enough attention on the actual story. I mean, I get it and appreciate it, but I feel that there was more nuance that I was blinded to because I was busy marveling at how they got from the theater to Times Square and back to the theater in one shot. Also, really quick, I want to send some serious appreciation to Zach Galifianakis, who is really good in this movie and shuffles off the coils of comedy roles that he normally plays and treats us to a serious performance. He did something similar in the 2010 film It's Kind of a Funny Story, which is a film I find to be incredible as well, and can't wait to talk about it a few years down the road. Anyway, back to Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. If you're wondering where the title comes from, the first part, Birdman, comes from Regan's old superhero character of the same name, and the rest of the title is the headline of the review of the play written by the cutthroat theater critic, which is seen in a newspaper at the end of the film. And, spoiler alert, speaking of the end of the film, it's ambiguous, so they say, but I, of course, have a take on it. If you watch Sam's eyes, she is looking down to the ground, but her eyes keep moving and never fix on anything. It isn't until she looks up that her eyes fix on a point, so I think that answers the ending by saying he didn't plummet to his death, but instead flew away. If you haven't seen this film, do so soon, especially if you're a fan of the theater, you'll love it. And I'm giving it an A-, and moving on tomorrow to another 50 Decrepit Crypt of Nightmares film called Up for Rent. See y'all then.